Did you guys see those pictures that we just showed y'all about them kids? Welcome back to Am Your Hero.
I'm Butterfly Spirit 314, and I'm joining Am Your Hero today to talk about
Pagan children.
Okay.
Okay, so those pictures from his website called and his website is paganchildadoption.blogspot.com. So at the top in the green, when you go to that, you'll see it, and at the top in the green is like a heading where it says Pagan Child Adoption. It says to help pagan parents find pagan children, and to help stop the forced conversion of children to Christianity or Islam. Also, tips and ideas about how to raise them and other information. Well, they're right about that, about the forced conversion. And
go back to the camera.
Go back to the camera.
Yeah, go ahead. What?
Okay, well, I gotta get some opinions on that because I'm going to read you about just how forced conversion they actually mean. We'll talk about that.
When they're talking about the children.
What about the children? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to get started reading from the website, and we're going to be going like the different sections on the website, and then we're going to give like our opinions and stuff or whatever and stuff. That's how we're going to do it. So do you want to start reading the first paragraph on the website, or am I going to start? You can start if you want to. It's your channel, so. Okay, so he's going to start reading about, so the date on here is July 16th of 2010 on this page. I'm pretty sure they're still operating or whatever, what have you. But we're going to read the different sections to talk about what we think about this stuff or whatever. Okay, so go on. Did you want to read the sections, or do you want to?
Well, most of the sections that they talk about, they're just explaining whether or not kids are Christian or not. And they basically tell you, like the Haiti. Haiti is the only one that I read on here that talks about the missionaries kidnapping children.
Okay, so we'll just talk about what we think about it. So go ahead and read about Haiti or whatever, so people know what you're talking about. So go ahead and read about, so he's reading about Haiti and what happens with kids there in terms of the pagan adoption or whatever.
Okay.
So you guys know what it says.
So this is for Haiti. It says, we all know the devastation that Haiti has been suffering, not only recently but over the years, because of the earthquake and the Christian missionaries, okay, that tried to kidnap the children. The adoption rules are changing. I will put what the rules are at this time. So that's the first paragraph. Do you have any comments?
No.
Okay, I'll read the second one. To adopt from Haiti, you need to be at least 35 years old. That is the oldest I have seen, and you need to be 19 years older than the child you wish to adopt. This can be waived, but only with presidential permission, which is a long, drawn-out, difficult process. You can be married or single. With married couples, only one spouse needs to be 35 or older. There are no residency requirements, though they sometimes ask you to come for the finalization, which you should do anyways. That way, you can see your child's homeland. Haiti is voodoo. It's spelled V-O-D-O-U. Country. Fundamental Christians have labeled it as the devil's land. How kind of them. Voodoo is the Haitian version of an old African religion, voodoo, fused with some Catholicism, and some native Arawak, Amerindian beliefs. The American version of it is called voodoo, with V-O-O-D-O-O. Hoodoo is the folk magic form of voodoo and is mostly in New Orleans, but also New York and Savannah. It is very easy to find information about voodoo and voodoo. That's what the whole thing says for Haiti.
Okay. Okay. So, he just read about Haiti. As a lot of you guys may have known about Haiti, they've had storms come through, hurricanes come through, devastate Haiti. I'm pretty sure Haiti is a very beautiful place. It's an island nation. And predominantly there are black people. Now, Haiti is on one side of the island, and then you have the Dominican Republic, or the Republican what is they call it in Spanish, because they switch it around. So it's the Democratic Republic is what they say in English. In Spanish, it is the República Dominicana. So they switch it around, okay? And languages, they switch things around, you know. But anyway, so you got two islands together. And let me see something. So Haiti, and I want to make sure I'm, okay, Dominican Republic Island. Okay, so yeah. So you have two, so you see here, like, they have, like, Haiti, and I'm showing them a picture of this. There's Haiti, and there's the Dominican Republic. Haiti's on the right. The Dominican Republic's on the left, okay? So just so he sees that there's two sides to this island, okay? So basically both sides of the island would have been hit, not just one. But typically when they show Haiti, they like to show black children. They like to show it as though they are poor and stuff like that. But this doesn't mean that, you know, just because they're black kids, it doesn't mean that they don't have a rich culture that they come from and stuff like that, okay? There's probably a lot of people saying, oh, they're pagan and this and that other. You know, they're children. All children are children. They don't have a set religion, okay? Then when a child is in the mother's stomach, they have no religion. When they come out in their birth, when they're in the hospital, they have no religion. Children don't get a religion probably until their family or parents subscribe them to a religion, okay? So as far as I'm concerned, about what I see from this with Haiti in particular, I think it is messed up and it's ridiculous in terms of them calling these kids pagan, okay? Just because these kids have, you know, they are part of a culture and they celebrate this or whatever this type of religion doesn't make them pagan, okay?
It's jacked up how island that's predominantly black they want to call the Devil's Island.
Well, one side of it is Haiti, remember, and the other side is Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
So you got Haiti over here and the Dominican Republic over here.
And they want to call it the Devil's Island that's predominantly black. I mean, that right there just got me messed up. But when it's, you know, in the very beginning with the banner talking about forced Christianity, you know what? They want to stop that. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. So we got Christian missionaries kidnapping black children.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes me think about the good ship Jesus and the slave ships where they kidnapped black children. Again, Christian missionaries kidnapped black children. And guess what else? Christian missionaries went in to our ancient civilizations, that was empires. They got in there under Christian missionaries under that disguise the same way, and they kidnapped grown-ups, black grown folks, and kids, teenagers, and kidnapped them all. The kings and queens of Songhai Empire, ancient Kemet, Mali, Kilwa, you know, all those different ones, Kumasi, Benin, and put them on the doggone ship. So I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. They're still using those methods that way back that they was first using to gather us black folks, like, and make us prisoners of war, and then turning us from prisoners of war into slaves. Like, they still doing that, but now they went and got easy little targets. Children, you know, during church when I used to attend, I always wondered, like, what's their job? These Christian missionaries, like, they're missionaries. They always had it off. I always felt off about it. Now, like, why are they going into other places just messing with people who's minding their own business? And that's one of the things that always pissed me off, because the Bible was the same way. People was minding their own business, and God, I guess Christian missionaries or whatever, is going around messing with people who's minding their own business, trying to live their life, live happily, and you want to come and destroy that, take what's theirs, call them what's theirs is evil, and then take it for yourselves and say, oh, it's good, or turn it white. Then when you turn it completely, you know, white or Christian or whatever, you turn it completely around from a different ethnicity to yours, now it's okay.
Well, when we look at the thing with the kids, like you said, they're using children, and these kids are easily molded into, because the kids probably don't have any religion. Their parents probably subscribe to a religion, right? And that's why I said that with kids, you can't say a child is of a religion, because all kids do the same thing. They go outside, they play, they hang out with their friends, they laugh, they're not worried about stuff, okay? This is why I'm saying, like, the kids are not pagan. No child is of any religion subscribes to that religion. They don't. They're not like the adults going to church trying to get, prayers for stuff that they need in their house or for a job or whatever. The kids are not worried about that. The kids are just, these are kids who have creativity. They are akin to their intuition. They're not worried. They're free. They're not programmed, okay? They're not following any rules. They're just being kids.
The only time they get programmed is when they have to do what their parents say, or else be grounded, or else get a whooping, or else not get a toy or candy, or not be able to hang out with their friends, or else something bad happens. It's just like the Jesus thing. Jesus or go to hell. It's just like that. Do what my parents say, or get in trouble, or not be able to go see my friends and play. So they're going to do anything they got to do, because the most important thing on their mind is go play. So anything they got to do to go play, that's what they're going to do. They're not subscribing to it because they believe it, or because it's Jesus revealed himself, or God revealed himself, or they saw, cherubim or seraphim came up and healed them when they were sick, or something like that. It's not because of that. It's because they have to do it so that they can go outside and play.
When I see pictures of these kids, I just see kids. They're kids. They're babies. They're having fun. They're enjoying themselves. That's really what they're doing. If you ask these kids, and I haven't talked to these kids personally, but if you ask these kids about religion, they're probably they may know a little bit about what their parents are talking about, maybe like one name or two or something, but they won't have a total idea because the children don't subscribe. When you are born, you are not a part of a religion. I know a lot of people want to play around with stuff and say because the mother is a certain religion, the child is. But the child isn't the one who is giving up everything to be a part of a religion. The child just wants to be happy. Now, a child may go and learn about the religion or participate in parts of the religion because they're just copying their parents. But really, they're not subscribing to it. If you go to any child around the world, they're all just going to be doing the same thing. They're just going to want to be happy. That's all they want to do.
Well, let's tackle that, Michelle. Butterfly Spirit 314. Let's tackle that. Let's tackle the fact that they might say, well, because the parents is Christian, then the child is Christian. Let's tackle that. What happened to us black folks during slavery? We wasn't worshiping Jesus.
Yeah, we weren't doing anything like that.
We was doing something else. We was about our ancestors. We was about seeing our ancestors as more stronger and powerful than us, picking up where they left off with information and helping the newest generation of people. They left behind information. We call them the ancestors, and those would be the guys of the time that they was living. They wrote stuff down, they taught and passed it down to us so that we can do greater things and pass it down just like a cell. So that's what we was doing, right?
But see, what people are gonna say with black people,
we had ancient Kemet, we had that, but look what we was doing over there. We had anthropomorphizing, different things of nature, the sun, the grass, and the frog, and all those different things. Mm-hmm. But if we got taken, what the Willie Lynch when Johann Gutenberg, what is that?
Johann Gutenberg.
Yeah, Johann Gutenberg, that guy. Where he's saying, take the babies from the mama's arms. So if you do that, and then he said, teach them that they came from a jungle, and they won't know the difference. That's what Johann Gutenberg said.
Which is also the name that's the real life name of the guy that they called Willie Lynch. Yeah. Basically, so Johann Gutenberg's pen name was Willie Lynch. For you guys who know, if you guys heard a Willie Lynch letter, and the person who's talking in the letter, of course, the guy during that time don't give up his name because if it backfired, he didn't want to be associated with it. There's a lot of authors who have had pen names. Right. So Johann Gutenberg is the real life Willie Lynch. Okay, for those of you who do not know, the thing is, like he said, the people, our ancestors, the ancient African people, they weren't about Christianity. They didn't know anything about it. We were doing our own damn thing. It was people who came in, who we took, we thought were friendly, and then they turned out to be evil. You know what I'm saying? And yes, they were white people. And they came and bothered us. Now, you're going to have some racist people who are going to say, they're going to say, well, black people are savages and stuff. But see, the thing is that they don't know that we had our own damn thing going. My thing about with racist people, and this is what I'll say to a racist person watching. If you want to be racist, stay where you at and don't bother nobody else who's different from you. You can have everything you want where you're at, okay? And you can live a great life where you're at without bothering other people. So if you're a white racist person, stay where you at. Don't go bother black folks. Leave them alone, okay? You can be racist and have the great life with your people, your family, whatever the hell you want to do. But then you may see black people, but, leave them alone, let them do their thing. Because if you do that, you won't have to worry about it.
Well, when Black Wall Street went up, 1954 or whatever, the KKK orchestrated that whole thing where they, started burning the buildings down and all that. And
yeah, but I don't.
All the white people stay outside and watch it like they would like a lynching.
Yeah, and the thing is that with that, like I said, if you're racist, stay where you at. Don't be jealous of somebody else. You can always have what you want, something that looks like theirs, but you work on doing your own shit. You ain't got to go and steal from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But, of course, we know in the Bible there's a lot of stealing and killing and stuff like that, which we, and the talk about slavery, we see this, the Bible and the Willow Lynch letter really go hand in hand if you really start to, you look at it, you go and looking through the Bible. But you got a lot of people who are not comfortable with opening that Bible up. A lot of people ain't. But, I think with respect to the children, it's not a surprise to me that, that you got Christian, mainly white Christians, who are wanting to go and still bother with these black children. Same way with the white people that way back when bothering the black people. It's because they wanted to mess with something that wasn't their own. Okay, they wanted to play God in a situation. That's what they wanted to do.
And that's why they put that in the Bible so much, because they basically they're giving you an excuse for what they did, making it sound like God gave them permission to go mess with these black people and take all their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they're using that as an excuse. They're just saying what they did, to other people. And so the thing is that I just really wanted to talk about, pretty much that's my opinion on it. I really don't have much else to say for real, except for I was just really shocked to see that part. I didn't know they're still doing that.
There's something I'm surprised about. Okay, let's imagine this. Let's flip this around this video. Let's imagine that Haiti was filled with white kids, and you had black folks coming over there, missionaries, stealing these white kids. How would that be different? What do you think people's reactions would be if in Haiti, instead of black kids, there's white kids? And there's black people coming over and taking white kids.
Oh, it'd probably be guarded by the Navy SEALs. You probably wouldn't be able to get in.
Why?
Because ever since back, the white people, it was Greeks, Ptolemy, Second Philadelphia, is conquering his way onto the Egyptian throne, and they made stelas like Kemet and started dressing like Kemet after they conquered it. And they're not trying to see, for white people, it's like people care about them. They're not shown in a bad light. Even though almost a whole bunch of other people, the other ethnicities, call them, foreign devils all the time. They call them foreign devils all the time. But they want to go ahead and call this place that's predominantly black.
Well, I've heard them say white devils. Personally, that's what they say. So, and I'm not trying to be, offend anybody, but this is the terms that they use: foreign devils and white
Well,
devils. Let's be straightforward.
To answer the question, it's just going to be a problem. Now, why is it a problem? Really, I don't know. I mean, it's a problem because they want to keep their superiority. Because black people we actually don't act like that, and so it's going to be weird for them because that's how they want to show us. They know we don't act like that. So if all of a sudden we start acting like them, it's going to be like Killmonger and Black Panther.
Okay, so, and that's what I was going to say. It will be like that, and that will be the white people's nightmare to see black people doing that, okay? To see black people going and taking their kids, then it'll be a state of emergency.
But then you know what? If black people did do that, we ain't going to treat their kids like dirt.
No. Of course we're not. Like, when I look at a child, I don't care what color the child is. If I see one, you know, or baby, and I still call kids babies, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what kind of kid they are. You know, I mean, I still look at them and I'll say, and I'm talking about kids, you know, from the baby going all the way up to, you know, if, you know, let's say 10 or so, okay? Or whatever. I still look at them as children, you know, and I don't look at them any less because they're a different color. If the child is crying, they're crying. It doesn't matter what color they are. It doesn't matter what, you know, religion they are. To me, it doesn't matter. It's about the fact they're a child. You know, adults are likely to look at things and look at labels, but a child isn't. Like, we see this all the time with kids. If you go to a daycare or you go to a park, you see kids of different colors playing with each other. They don't see race.
What they see is that you look like me. That's what they see. They don't see like a race. They just see you got two eyes, I got two eyes. Oh, you got a nose, I got a nose. You got two lips, I got two lips. Oh, you got your grown up teeth come in. Oh, I got my grown up teeth in. My tooth fell out. Oh, your tooth is gonna fall out too. It's wiggling. You know, they see comparisons and their experience in life, basically.
Yeah, and I've seen, like, when I was at the park down the street, there was this little girl that came up to me. This little white girl. She's blonde hair and blue eyes. And she came up to me and stuff. She said, "Come here, sit right here." This little girl. And I was like, huh? You know, and I'm thinking, you know, what? You know, and it's because she just saw me as a person. She didn't see me by color or whatever. She just said, "Oh, you're a person. Oh, hey, come sit next to me. Sit right here." I'm like, huh?
They do the same thing with dogs and cats. You know, they'll notice, "Oh, I don't have a tail, but you have a tail." You know, or they'll say, you know, "You got a nose, I got a nose." They do the same thing.
I'm going to say something about the word race. So, I remember way back in high school when I was in a biology class and we was learning about the races, right? But when I say races, I'm not talking about people. We were learning about the races of animals. Now, when we say race, we're referring to, like, the race of dog. You can tell all different dogs, no matter what kind of dog it is, they're all part of the same race. No matter what kind of cat it is, they're all a part of the same race. Races would be dogs, cats, you might have hamsters, gerbils, birds, you know, I don't know if you'd say gorillas, monkeys, zebras. Those are races. Giraffes, elephants, mice, those are races. Humans. This is why they say there's the human race. Because no matter what kind of person you are, we all have two eyes, nose, mouth. Our mouths might look different. Our eyes might look different. Our noses might look different. We all walk around the skin, but it's something we all do. We all bleed red. We all do. We all have the same damn organs. We all do. It doesn't matter where you come from. We might speak different languages, but we are humans. Like, if a dog walked up to different types of people, they're going to see a human, no matter what kind of damn color you are. So people need to get this bullshit concept of race thinking that it means colors. No. Because would you look at a cat and say, "Oh, there's an orange cat." Okay, that orange cat's a different cat than that black cat, which is different. That's a different race than that white cat, which is a different race than that gray cat. No, that sounds retarded. It sounds stupid. Now, when I say retarded, I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody or whatever, but that's what I'm saying. A dog. You're not going to say, "Oh, that black dog is a different race than that white dog, which is a different race than that tan dog, and then that, that dog that's like Black and white dog. That's it's different dogs. No, they're all dogs. People are people. I mean, get it? I mean, it's simple. But see, people like to have, people like to have that superiority damn complex where, somebody's better than another.
I will say this, though. What we have noticed about black leaders and black people and whatever, when they're doing good, people like Marcus Garvey, people like him, they always want to use a black person to destroy them. They pay, whoever, white people, government, whatever, they use the poverty as a weapon, of course, because they need money or they're hungry or whatever. They give them a certain amount of money. So then the black person goes and they go and they do something against a successful black person or a successful black leader. So I'm just going to take a guess and say that maybe some of these Christian missionaries they paid off to be black ones to come up in there and look like them and come take them. And no one really around, it wouldn't be as noticeable because no one really around would know, too much. Because if it's just a bunch of kids playing and the parents are kind of off doing their own thing, not really watching their children, which I kind of doubt that because it's Haiti. It's not really like here where they're just having babies for child support and getting married and some stupid shit like that. But I'm just thinking that that'll be a way that they would go down there and snatch them up and be successfully snatching them up.
But there's probably some white missionaries that do that. I mean, look at what happens when it comes to Africa, how you have these, white kids that graduate from like high school parties, church groups going down to these places and stuff, and they're trying to use, these white kids that are like teenagers to go into these places because they're younger, and they can connect with the youth. That's what they're using. It's not like they don't use age either. You know what I'm saying? Or a different skin color. They use that too. They use whatever the hell, whatever they can use. And when missionaries go on a mission, I gave it away. When missionaries going somewhere in these countries, they on the damn mission. Who sent them on a mission? They gonna say, oh, God sent me here. No, you didn't. You got a pastor that sent you to this damn country to try to convert some people. But we already know Christianity ain't working any damn way because, as we notice, it's not working for anybody.
Oh, wait a minute. In Haiti, I'm pretty sure that's where they're telling them, if you want our food, you have to convert to Christianity. If you want help from us American people, you got to convert to Christianity first to get your food.
Yeah, and there's
Haiti, ain't it?
There's Haiti, but and what's sad is I believe that there's Haiti, but I mean this happens to these people around these different countries too. You know what I'm saying? There's people of different types where they probably going over to the Middle East. Well, these people are, and they got kids there and trying to make them convert. Yeah,
because whatever. But they're doing it on the means of you're hungry, you need a home.
Oh yeah, and
your home is gone now. You don't, a natural disaster came through. Could be hard, just for that purpose, And
I think that with the and I know they're using it on black kids, these different places. I'm sure they use it on multiple types of poor folks too. Black people we're emphasizing because it happens most commonly with black children. But in America, it's likely too that in the black neighborhoods, you have black kids who are being forced to go into Christianity too because they're poor too. And I'm pretty sure that they get, I mean, I've seen this too. I used to live in Indiana when I was a kid. And when I was there, there was this bus that would come and we'd get on the bus, my kids and they would get on the bus. And we'd go to this church. And who would they have teaching us? They'd have white teenagers teaching us about God and Jesus and stuff like that. And, his church and stuff. They're teaching us about this. A lot of kids would have been black. You got some white kids and other different types of kids. But they had the white teenagers doing it. you know, and teaching about, oh, God and Jesus. And they always try to make it sound so great. Now, I'll tell you something. When I got in high school and we happened to talk about the story of Job, nobody was looking at, you know, at the God of the Bible and the Old Testament is good. Nobody was. Okay? Everybody was scared to death. You know what I'm saying? Because in the Old Testament, everybody just, they get scared and all the other kind of shit. That's why everybody emphasized the New Testament. You know? And I think the thing is that it's sad that they're saying to kids, a lot of times black kids, but there is also probably some instances where there are some white kids in these places, or mixed children, and they're saying to them, well, if you want to eat, then you got to convert to Christianity.
Yep.
If I saw somebody say that, I would slap the shit out of their ass if they said that, and I would go get that child some food. You know what I'm saying? To the Christian. Why would I do that? Because I would find it offensive. You know, I would deeply find it that way.
It's kind of like making fun of your situation, I feel, on the inside.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
And it is making fun of your situation because they really don't know. You know, they're trying to see themselves higher up, right, in a situation than say.
It's like, I hold your lifeline, so if you want some of this, you need to be a Christian. I mean,
but why
they sounding like the snake in the Garden of Eden for? Why they sounding like that? Why they sounding like the doggone snake?
We see this with this too, is that no child should ever be forced to do something just for some food. You know, that's sick. You know, you somebody go along with it and you're a Christian, you sick too.
And then it's crazy because it said that we all know the disasters in Haiti, and then it talks about the Christian missionaries going there to kidnap them.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not even there to help.
They're not there to help. They're there to kidnap the kids, and then, you know.
Picking on somebody weaker than you is called being a bully.
And who knows what they're using these children for? We have no idea what they're using them for, you know. And because it's kids from other countries, we know that children are getting trafficked. So they're probably doing that to them.
Maybe they still implementing the Johann Gutenberg, telling them that they really wasn't born there. They really came from a jungle, and this is where you came from now. And yeah, you was raised from monkeys and all that type of stuff. You're probably still professing the same stuff. You're not even really human. And then show them all the verses in the Bible where God don't like black folks.
But here's something I want to throw out here too. You know, we know Christianity is not working. We're in the United States. We know it ain't working because, see, in the United States, and if you're in the United States, you probably know this, there's been some talk about there being 18 school shootings, right? But there's been double that. So they don't talk about every single one. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they can confirm it and stuff like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But we know that Christianity is working because we got school shootings here in the United States. If Christianity was working and the United States is a Christian nation, the children should be protected because Jesus is supposed to be there and making sure the kids can go to school. And
because ain't a child a blessing from God, they always say?
Yeah, and if they're a blessing from God, then they shouldn't have to go through being shot up in a school.
Why would God, shoot up his own blessings and kill his own blessings right? Because they're a blessing from God, so by default, shouldn't they have a protection of
They got
God,
a shield of protection, yeah. These children are supposed to have a shield of protection, right? And they shouldn't even be able to be hurt by anything, But we see the Christianity, we can see it's a sham because we got kids, dying. And like there was an instance in here in the United States back some years ago, Newtown, Connecticut, where it was a school shooting, and this happened in, I believe it was an elementary school, and the kids that got killed there were white children. And guess what? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. We haven't heard anything about Newtown, Connecticut, and these are white kids that got killed. And, I haven't heard anybody talking about or saying anything. I mean, if Christianity was working, none of these shootings would have happened, right? You can't just go pray, because, see, people gonna go pray every damn Sunday, but still there's school shootings, that are happening. And if you have a God, or you have God, you have Jesus, are two different things. If you have a God of the Bible, right, and then, like you said, a child's a blessing, why would he let a child go through a school shooting and have to deal with these emotions and seeing their friends get killed? And see children, and you got little children watching the news, and hearing that this happened at school. When they come to school, they find out their friends not coming back. That's sick.
Well, maybe the guy prayed that God help him to shoot up the school, and God said, yeah. Now, Yank, I'm tripping. I'm not tripping when I say that. Okay? I'm not tripping when I say that, because you're going to know, let me find it right quick. You're going to know just how quick, okay? Hold on, let's find it. Where's the one with the... I'm going to find it right quick. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to show y'all.
Yeah, he's looking for it right now.
I'm going to show you this verse because prayers for children to be protected versus prayers for children to be killed.
Okay.
Let's see what's up. Okay.
Okay, what's the...
So this is 2 Kings chapter 2 verses 23 to 24. And he went up thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. When children make fun of people, say, don't do that, that's bad, don't make fun, don't point fingers, or we just say, go over in the corner or something like that. So, that's what we do. Let's see what happens if you pray about it. Okay? And he turned back and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there, okay, so this dude cursed him in the name of the Lord, so we prayed about it. Okay? Let's see how fast God answers a prayer for this. And there, instantly, fast, and there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tore 42 children of them. So utterly ripped them apart. 42 children dead. Got mauled to death. So, let's go ahead and compare that to the school shootings. So, if the children pray to be protected versus the children versus the guy or female who decides, or whoever is doing the shooting, if they pray that they're going to go in to kill some people, and God, please let me do this successfully and actually kill some children or kill some whatever. Whose prayers worked? Because one of those prayers aligned with this Bible. And I just gave you the verse that pretty much aligns with this. And it sounds to me like that prayer was answered nice and instantly. The person who gets to come in and do the shooting and actually kill some children, that's the prayer that got answered.
Yeah, not the children who were innocent there that, they didn't do anything.
Not the parents who sat in there at home, God, please, Jesus, please, hallelujah, talking in the Holy Ghost tongues, let my child be safe at school today. What about their free will? I guess the one that God favors the most is that person that had the free will to come in and shoot them children. And these missionaries come and kidnap these children. But that's been going on.
Yeah, it's been going on for a long time.
Since us black folks has been going. I'm pretty much done. I just wanted to let y'all know that.
Yeah,
I'm just shocked that that's still happening. What they did way back from when King James came up with that Bible in 1604, 1611, back before then, because that Bible, he is a Freemason. King James is a Freemason. So when he made that, slavery was already going on.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's to say, so it's older than the Bible that we know, that we're taught with the King James Authorized Version, the 1604, 1611 version. Okay? So they're still using the same methods. It's just, dang.
Because they're convinced that it works. They don't have anything that they think is going to stop them. But
Man, it's like, slavery was ended, but they still using the same methods. Unless we go to a freaking blog where we get the inside scoop of what's really going on with these doggone Christian missionaries. Yeah. We gotta go through all these hoops and bounds, and just research things to find out that there's stuff like that still going on.
Do you remember when we were at a couple years ago? I went to church with him when we were Christians, And we're not Christians, by the way, for those watching. And I was there at a church service with him at it was a Apostolic Pentecostal church. It's like right at the corner. And they were talking about that they sent a missionary, and the missionary came back. Now, when they were talking about the missionary, I was pissed off because I was like, they were idolizing this missionary, praying for this missionary, everything else and stuff. And then he comes back, he has this great word or whatever the hell about what he did, or she did. And, I think that the thing is that these missionaries are convinced that they can get away with doing stuff. Because, see, they're just giving it up to God, and they're saying it's in the name of Jesus, and it's all this. That's what they're saying. They're saying they're good, doing good things, like stuff is for the good of these people. But it's not, okay? That's what they're saying. But who knows what happens when they get there? They ain't got no videos of what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got none of that. Who knows? When they going somewhere, they could be, who knows? They could be being mean to people, rude to people. Who knows what they're doing? Yeah. But, I mean, as it stands, we know that, like you said, they're still going on. People don't talk about it. You got Christians who are going to ignore that it's happening. Because, see, they don't want to hear anything that's going to corrupt their religion because they want to think it's all good. But, of course, they got to believe it's all damn good because they're desperate. Now, the funniest thing that crossed my mind was the fact that when anyone says something about the fact that you got these white colonizers came over to enslave the black folks, right? And brought us back to the United States and other places. And the same thing, the Christianity they use, the same religion they used to do that. The children, the colonizers, and the children of the white colonizers and the current white people are stuck on the religion that they used on the black folks. And it's nothing's working for them. I thought it was funny that, that the very thing they tried to use to enslave us, they're now enslaved under. I think that's funny, which is why you got these people like, and you got some white people and black people, but they so into Christianity because they want to just believe that it's doing something. And they can't see nothing different. They so closed into it and stuff, they don't know they're in the damn prison. They really don't realize that Christianity is a prison, but they don't realize it.
Got stuck by their own weapon, too. When you want to talk about karma, man, they got stuck by their own weapon. I mean, shoot. We heard it in the book of Eli. We heard what the guy said. It's a weapon. A weapon that strikes at the
heart of the
weak and the desperate. Now, if we're all we can, if we got that book, we can get control of them. All we got to do is tell them, the words that come from the book, and they'll come from all over. They'll believe anything we tell them as long as the words is from the book. If we want to rule more than one effing town, we have to have it. That's what he said. All right, so I'm going to leave y'all with this, all right?
Okay.
So, these Christian missionaries, if you're still thinking that they're doing some good stuff by coming to kidnap them, let's remember these few things, okay? So, first thing is, if they start talking about Jesus is Christ and Jesus is Lord and Jesus is Christ, they start talking about that. First thing we need to do is, we got to remember this right here. Matthew 24, verse 3 through 5. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. So as soon as they come to you talking about Jesus is Christ, Jesus Christ, remember that. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. They're deceiving the hell out of you.
And that verse is Matthew chapter 24, verses 3 through 4?
It's 5.
3 through 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't have the 5 part.
Yeah, okay.
Now, so if you still think they're good, Christian missionaries coming to kidnap these black kids, you still think that's a good thing? we're going to find out who created evil. Now, is Jesus Lord? Let's just ask yourself. Do you say Jesus is Lord? If Jesus is Lord, then let's make sure we know about what the Lord did. Okay, so Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. This is what the Lord did. This Jesus did. Since Jesus is Lord, this is what the Lord did. This is what Jesus did. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Well, damn. I say stay far away from them Christian missionaries, children. Stay away. Run. And if they come talking about Jesus Christ, they care to deceive you. Get the heck out of there. Go find your parents and let them know.
And if you're an adult, too, same thing.
Same thing.
If you get some Christians and you got some Christians come upon you or something,
they're probably there to colonize your country like they've been doing. To us black folks, don't let them in. They're probably there to colonize your country.
And I'm saying, too, also, if you're somebody in the United States, you're black, white, Asian, whatever, if you see some Christians coming and they say, in the name of Jesus Christ, you know what that means, that they're trying to deceive you. And you know if they say something about Lord Jesus or whatever, you know that he created evil. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
Alright, so thank you guys for watching this video.
Thank you for watching. And, man, save them kids in Haiti. Alright, just, if somebody can get down there, got the means to do so, and, you know, stake the place out and find anybody talking about Jesus or, you know, whatever, and they, you know, like they say, you know, on this site, forcing it on the children, don't let them children get sold into whatever slavery is going on that we don't know about right now. Well, I guess there still is black people that are slaves in Libya right now, but that sucks. I'm sorry that happened. Hopefully they band together and get the heck out of there, but I know they're surrounded by people with guns, so that's terrible. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.